Welcome to the Fireflies. Sorry about that. They didn't know who you were.
And Ellie?
She's all right. They brought her back. You came all this way. How'd you do it?
It was her.
A lot of resets.
She fought like hell to get here. Maybe it was meant to be.
I lost most of my crew crossing the country. I pretty much lost everything. And then you show up, and somehow we find you just in time to save her. Maybe it was meant to be.
Take me to her.
You don't have to worry about her anymore. We'll take care of
I
her.
worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
The hell you mean surgery?
The doctors tell me the cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine. A vaccine.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else.
Listen, you were gonna show me where she...
Stop. I get it. But whatever it is you think you're going through right now is nothing to what I have been through. I knew her since she was born. I promised her mother I would look after her.
Then why are you letting this happen?
Because this isn't about me, or even her. There is no other choice here.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that bullshit.
March him out of here. He tries anything, shoot him. Don't waste this gift, Joe.
Get up. I said get up. Go on. Move. I said move. Give me an excuse. Which way? What the fuck you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking. Where's the operating room? I ain't got time for this. Where? Top floor, the far end.
So I knew from watching the show that this was coming. And it is... Why did my weapon switch? What the heck? Oh, I have some more ammo. Why can't I switch my weapon? Why would... Is it bugged out? I can't switch. Oh, what? 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 Why can't I switch? Oh, now I can. Last of Us PC moment, I guess. Anyway, I knew from the show that this was coming. But, you know, it is still pretty drastic of a situation. And there isn't really a clear moral option, right or wrong, of like, the vaccine isn't exactly guaranteed, but there's a chance. And do you sacrifice the life of one person who probably has not consented to it for the sake of everyone else potentially there? I mean, I feel like the most right thing would probably just be whatever Ellie says about it, but, she's not exactly given that opportunity by either Joel or the Fireflies. So, you know. Well, if there was any situation for having conserved my ammo, it should well be this. Now I can actually switch my weapons. Don't know why I couldn't at first there. That was pretty darn weird. Yeah, for sure. Just like, you know, talk to her about it, be like, hey, this is what's going on here. You know, it's kind of a... Oh, that's outside there. Because, you know, a brick.
And you smuggler.
No. Both the option of killing her without her knowing, like, with her being none the wiser, and the option of slaughtering everyone here to save her. Neither of them are exactly the greatest moral good, are they? You know. Neither of which is exactly... No.
I got nothing over this way.
Time to get bricked! I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm honestly surprised I took so much damage. I guess I'm just so used to going through such long sections without using health kits that my health is so low, you know? But yeah, can I switch my weapons off the get-go this time? Sweet! Can have a cop-out argument, but scientifically you cannot produce an antifungal vaccine, especially from killing a test specimen. Yeah, that's fair there. And I feel like, you know, it feels pretty dumb to immediately get the only person that you know is immune and immediately decide, let's perform a surgery that's gonna kill her right then and there. It's like, no, let's, no, you should keep her alive, keep her in, like, you know, the lab and stuff, and, you know, do, like, some tests over time, because if you kill your only immune person, you're not gonna be getting another one of those. So, you know, as soon as you get the one person that's immune and you decide, oh, we're gonna do a surgery that kills her on the spot because it's hopefully the right thing, that's not exactly a very smart play either, you know. But yeah, so that's a little bit, you know, immoral for not asking her, and just kind of dumb as well, because if it doesn't work, then they lose their only person they could potentially, you know, do stuff on. And, you know, with Joel, it's kind of immoral to slaughter every single person in here. But hey, that's the character that he is. That's what we're doing. I've come this far. Oh, is he gonna come out here? Oh, is he gonna come out here?
He's not over here.
Are you sure about that? Give me that brick. Give me that brick. I'm still saving my ammo. From what I know of the show, this should be the final section. All my ammo conservation efforts should have led up to this moment. And I'm still conserving ammo. Old habits die hard. What can I say? Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. I'm doing it! What? Oh! Oh, because he had armor. This is where I should use the piercing things. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I guess they do not have, wait, do or do not have any virologists or immunologists, so the likelihood that they could create a vaccine anyway is low. Yeah. Need someone that knows a whole lot about that.
He's not here.
But yeah, if I were in charge of this ragtag group, I would just be like, hey, you want to, you know, be part of our group now? And, you know, we'll do some tests here and there sometimes, you know, nothing all that crazy. You know, nothing that puts your life in danger. Because, you know, you're a valuable specimen, we should not put your life in danger.
You see him?
So do you have a helmet? I don't think you do. That's just a hat, right? Probably. Oh, here we go. I got bullets? Wait, did I actually just get bullets?
There he is.
Not for that weapon, I didn't, but I think I might have. I guess it makes sense that they give you some at the end. I have no idea what I just got bullets for. I probably don't need to use my peewee little 9mm here. You know, I'm fairly certain this is the final section. How did they not shoot me with that? My goodness. Amazing. And yeah, dude, okay. Makes sense there then. Because yeah, immediately killing her is not the best. I wish I had more bullets to my hunting rifle.
I got him.
Are you sure about that? Ooh, I do have my bombs and stuff that I've been saving. I have 3 of these darn things. Again, it all came up to this, so it's like I may as well. Oh my goodness, even the stuff that splattered out from him onto the wall, and jeez, the detail. I mean, there we go. Effective use of the I have 3 health kits, so like it's not a super big deal. I don't know where the heck that guy came from, but wait, what was that to interact with? Why did things start coming up? Ugh. You have armor and stuff, so like... Oh. Oh. But yeah, I probably shouldn't conserve ammo like crazy here. Because I think this is it. Oh, it checkpointed me here. Wait, I have 4 9mm bullets. So I have less than that here. Man! Doesn't look like there's anyone over here.
Over there.
So my one that pierces is... I only have 3 bullets of that thing. I do have the bombs, too. Ooh! Oh, dang it, that guy dipped out! Man.
Fan out.
Really?
Right here.
Well. Oh, hi. Okay. I see another flashlight going from around the left over there. Is that gonna get him to go over there? Oh, there's 2 of them! So I guess it doesn't matter whether I use the revolver or the 9mm there. Wanted to shoot off their helmet. Hmm? Oh.
Cover me. I'm moving up. I get you back.
Well, that sucks. It's kind of hard to see in the darkness there. I was like, where exactly is his head? All right, I'm probably back out here again. Yep. Yep, I am indeed. Oh, how did you not see me? My goodness gracious. There's no one over here. Yep.
Right there.
Okay. I don't have any more bullets to reload this with. So they're gonna be checking there. Which means I can dip in here. That was close.
Watch my back. I got him.
That works. Come on! Yes! 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 Yeah, I could well do that. Ugh, no. Crap. Well, that wasn't exactly great. Yeah, if they're not, you know, if they don't have a good idea of where I am, could well do that and then get a whole bunch at once. Okay. You have a lot of shotgun bullets. Oh. Well. Wait! It gives you another weapon right at the end of the game? No, give me back my shotgun. But then, sure. Only 2 bullets in the assault rifle? Are you kidding me? Wow. That's pretty measly, isn't it? Well. Bam! Bam! Get bedded! Is that more assault rifle ammo? There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, that's just a normal light. That's not someone's flashlight. Ooh. But yeah, I guess because final area stuff, it's, you know, giving me a bunch of stuff here. Bad weapon, so much recoil. Oh. Well. Am I covered behind this machine here? Oh, this is not really where I want to be. Matter of fact. My goodness, that was close. I am in not a great position here, am I? No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah. That was not exactly great there. If that checkpointed me, though. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Should I just, like... I might actually try that. Well. So, I probably didn't even need to use my brick on those guys. They were pretty close together already. To be fair. But there was another brick here anyway, so whatever. You know.
Spread out.
So. Doesn't see me behind the bed here. I know he's gonna peek, so like, whoa! Let's not uncrouch. How about? Hmm? What's it gonna be, huh? Someone's to my right. Fairly certain. I'm even gonna turn my volume far, like, up more. Hear them better. Am I not peeking out? Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. My goodness. Of course you peek out that moment, huh? I wonder. No. I guess that's not the edge of his head. Hi. Come on! Get him! Jeez! Is the one guy still around the corner there? Also, did I just mistake, like, the machine for the top of his head? Is that what I shot? If so, I feel silly. Ammo, right? I don't know what that was ammo for. Something, though. I still have, yeah, 3 medkits, and I know I have plenty of crafting materials. Oh, oh, another brick! Yes. No. How about you don't? As a matter of fact. Someone coming through this way?
Not here. Keep looking.
So someone's light is there, I see. Same. Okay.
Damn! He's not fucking here!
Can I grab? Mash Y, mash Y, mash Y.
He's over here!
I was mashing Y, but I guess because he anticipated me to be there, I couldn't do it.
Like this asshole!
Man. But, again, I believe this should be the final thing I have to do. Alright, yeah, that's a checkpoint. Do I get them both with that? Nice. Yeah, I can craft more. We have the technology, after all. We may as well at this point. I mean, crafting when I already have a whole bunch might not be super important there. Just if I'm feeling low. But again, I think I may as well burn through my stuff here. Okay, that's not a person's flashlight. I have the brick. Can I get closer without them seeing me, though? It doesn't look like they're looking in here right now. I don't know what I just grabbed.
Fuck all. You see anything? Thanks. Keep.
I think I'm gonna do that some more, yeah.
Hey, watch yourself.
Whoa, 3 for 1 that time. Thought there was another. Oh, I already picked it up, I guess. So that was definitely pretty satisfying there. Does have to be said. Yeah, that was the way to use those. Oh my good gracious. I'm using some more.
Spread out.
Ah, man. Very cruel. Oh. Oh, I'm so bad at video games. Dang it. As long as those guys... I don't think I can go further down back that way. I think I need to go down this hall. I can always loop around like that way. Is it really worth, though? If you come close, I can just shotgun you. There we go. That's how we do it. Okay, there's some more guys over that way. And there's a one guy that's peeking this way. Oh, but I didn't kill, though. Oh, well, out of that ammo type. Whatever. Knew it was gonna happen. I can craft one more of those, and I currently have one.
Don't let him get away.
Oh, crap.
He's over there.
That was close. Oh, man. I'm starting to think I might just throw some Molotovs in there. Against some of these guys. There. I think I got 2 with that. There we go. There's the AK. There it is. Yeah. Just gotta light him up. And then maybe I'll have that be the AK. What I'm thinking here. I got ammo from any of these guys? AK ammo. Oh, shotgun ammo! Woohoo! Yes, that is what we like to see. That's not, the health / Molotov crafting material, is it? I don't think so. I really wish I could switch which way I was seeing more with a third-person camera. Like you can when you're aiming over different shoulders. Oh, you want to look that way? Cool. Works for me. That works well. Oh, he's not even mercifully taking anyone down anymore. He's gone into full murder mode. Seems like he's angry. My goodness. Well. Okay. I don't know where I'm going, but like I'm just gonna keep moving forward and see where it brings me. That's what I'm going to do. There's a brick there, which means I can throw this and see if anyone reacts. No, this area must be clear. Good. Alright, so I think I got through this area. I'm probably still gonna sneak around just to be safe, but like... Oh, there's a brick there too. Cool. Okay. Wait, I think this area is clear. Oh, so that's probably the next area right there, right? So I should probably check around here if there's anything useful, right? There probably wouldn't be. There might be ammo. The game might give me ammo at this point. No. I mean, I should have enough to get through here by now, right? Probably. What did I just pick up? Scissor? I guess there was something then. Oh, more AK ammo probably? Woohoo! Why did I have like 40 that one time? I have like next to nothing this time. Let me just check around. I think there was someone that I killed over here. Just before I move on to the next section. Yeah, there's the guy that I killed here. I don't think he had an AK though. Oh, did I get a revolver ammo for that? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, sweet. Okay. A single bullet from that guy. Bottle there. Okay, I think I've gotten all the main things I needed to from this area. I think it's time to move on to the next one here. I'll probably stick on the shotgun by default. Oh, more AK ammo? Man, if I keep on collecting this AK ammo, maybe one day I might actually be able to have a full clip. That might be a little bit wishful thinking, but hey, maybe. Not going through there. Alright, so I guess I'll go this way. Why did I think that would be a thing? Whatever reason I thought it would be. Okay. Okay.
Down this way. Stay
Yeah,
alert.
I figured. So this is probably a checkpoint. Oh. Oh.
Fucking massacre over here.
Haha.
Search every inch of this floor. Find this guy now.
Yoink. I will gladly take that. Alright, that's convenient. I don't have to waste any bullets on those guys. But there's gotta be something else here. This definitely looks like the next section. There'd be stuff happening. Jeez, that still jump scared me.
Over there.
Jeez, that's for jump scaring me. No, these guys came back.
Keep him busy.
No, no, no. I'm invisible. Get killed by the invisible man. What? He's alive. There was a third guy, though. Okay, it's... that is screwing with me. I keep thinking it's someone's flashlight. I'm looking around for where they are. Jeez, man. Two AK ammo. Yeah, maybe one day I'll have a full clip. If I'm lucky. Whew. Wait. Crafting a speed? Healing speed? I thought I heard footsteps. I don't know. It's probably not too important. Aw. The references. Oh my. Or the Easter eggs, I guess. Fun. Yes, I love, I love getting reminded of other IPs while I'm, while I'm going around murderizing everyone in a hospital. Yes, exactly what I want to think about right now. Ah, so that's the next section there. So this is probably safe here. It's perfect for setting the mood. Let's say. I don't know what that is, but okay. It's in my pocket now. The AK's fully loaded, I think. For, like, the ammo that I currently have, at least. I'm gonna open that door and someone's gonna jump scare me. I already know. Someone's gonna grab me. Nothing over here? Alright, let's go get jump scared. Is there a generator in here? Jump scare! Incoming! Right? Oh. Oh, never mind. Oh, but there's somehow more guys over there. So he said top floor, which means I go down first and see if there's anything. Nope. Wait, did they actually make it through if I take long enough? I sure hope not. Maybe once I get to a certain point in the stairs, they come through. That generator is loud. Can I, like... No, I won't. Now someone grab... No, never mind. So that way looks like the way forward, which means we're going this way first. No, there's nothing over here. Well, now I know. Wait. Wait. Which way do I go? Are they both valid ways? Let's make sure I'm fully loaded. Nobody? Nobody? This seems like an area that would have some valuable things if I need them. Nothing? I don't really? That sounded like a door opening. What's this? Oh my goodness. March 15th, we finally crossed the Utah border. In a couple days, we'll be back with the others. Today, the crew was in much better spirits. I've been worried about their morale since Greg and Tanya's passing last week. It's good to hear them laughing again. Robin came up to me and said, "Thanks for watching over us, Marlene." It was a small gesture, but I needed it. March 23rd, Ellie never made it. We arrived at the hospital. There was much celebration, and there was much rejoicing. At least from the others. I'm so happy to see their old friends. I haven't seen some of these guys in over 10 years. If someone comes up and shoots me while I'm reading this, I'm gonna be so mad. After they told me the news, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk to anyone. Should be grateful just to be alive. I hear them! Hold on. It'll be in my notes. I can read it at any point. I swear I hear somebody. Right? Oh. Maybe I heard nothing. Like Dudos just now spawned, probably. I'll take them out and then I'll read. Are they not coming this way? Look at. What do you want me to look at? Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I'm coming, Ellie.
I gotcha. Okay. I was very afraid someone was gonna come around the corner and shoot me while I was staring. Oh, I thought this was a person at first. Please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me. Nice! So like...
Huh? You hear that? It came from over there. He's in here!
There we go. This has gotta be like one of the final sections. I may as well use the shots for my hunting rifle. I also have that sniper gun. Like a sniper pistol. Oh, crap.
Whoa!
Oh, I wasn't reloaded! It happened again! Crap. Oops. I don't feel like dealing with you. I just grabbed a bottle? Yeah, that was a bottle. Okay. Leave me alone so I can read! Darn you! Where was the guy that was just over here? Where are they looking? Someone far over there. Oh, there's a guy. I didn't even need to shoot off his helmet. I was fully expecting to use 2 bullets there. That's what I was expecting, honestly. So now they're gonna check that room, right? Because no one goes through there. Emergency shotgun in case I need it. 1 Molotov left. I can craft 1 more of the explodey bombs if I really want to.
He's not fucking here. Fan out.
Mash Y, mash Y, mash Y. Yes! I'm honestly surprised that worked. I was totally expecting him to go around the corner.
You get to the girl.
Pointing the gun right at me, and then I wouldn't be able to grab him, but sweet, I'll take it. What do you just drop? Something that I can have. Yeah, maybe one day I'll have a full clip. Maybe. Maybe, Santa will see that I was on the nice list and he'll give me a full clip instead of a partial one. Darn you! Well. Okay, make sure I'm fully loaded so I don't run into that same issue again. Still more here. I'll take them out and then I'm reading. I'm finishing reading the lore. I wanted to read it. So there's at least one guy. Is it just the... It's not just the one. On those sandbags? What? The guy that was coming through this way, though. He... What? Oh, I see. Right in the ass! Okay. Give me that brick.
Where the hell did you go?
Fully loaded, right? I'm fully loaded. Okay. Reload! He's not reloading. Weird. I'll just assume that the game is weird and it reloaded me after that shot, or maybe I just didn't notice. Did I do it? Wait. Did I do it, though? Is there no one left? How much goes into one clip of these? Well, apparently more than that. Or at least that. Is that it? Well, there's a brick here, so let's find out. Nope, that's it then. No one's reacting to that. Alright, let me read. Alright, let's see here. The lore. Let's see here. Should be grateful to just be alive, but right now I just want to shut my eyes for a bit. March 24th. They look at me and I know what they're thinking. That we're a bunch of incompetent grunts. What was I supposed to do? Thought I was going to die. My men were being hunted by the entire Boston battalion. I had to get her out of the city. How was I supposed to know the Firefly escorts were already dead? God damn it. I panicked. In the end, I healed pretty damn quickly. My men were more capable than I gave them credit for. More than a handful survived Army's attack. I should have kept her with me. Instead, I handed her off to a couple of smugglers. I failed you, Anna. I failed all of us. I am an incompetent grunt. April 25th. I can't stand talking to any of them. I don't think I can take the stairs any longer. No way I can stay here. April 28th. One of our scouts just radio in, not studios. He spotted an older man and a young girl entering the tunnel by the bus terminal. He thinks she might have had red hair, but he's not sure. What if it's her? Stop doing this, Marlene. The recon squad is about to head out. I'm going to join them. April 28th. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. She's alive. They're running the tests on her now. I can't tell if I'm excited, scared, or just nervous. All I know is my hands won't stop shaking. I'm just gonna carry around my emergency brick. I thought that little bit of white was a thing to grab. I keep getting pranked. Anything else? No? Okay. Now I'm holding on to my current brick. I've been through a lot with the bricks in this game. Does have to be said. So, semi-cutscene. I love how I'm just casually meandering because I killed them all. But the moment he goes through the door, he's all panicking and like, oh, quickly, there. So is that the place? Was there like last bits of lore or something around here? What's the point of coming into these rooms? There's gotta be some point, right? Right? Oh, yes. There is. Lore. Okay.
Hey, Anna. It's been a while since we spoke. I just gave the okay to proceed with the surgery.
Oh, there's all the detail loading into my hands.
I really doubt I had much of a choice. Asking me was more of a formality. I need you to know that I've kept my promise all these years. Despite everything that I was in charge of, I looked after her. I would have done anything for her, and at times here's a chance to save us. All of us. This is what we were after. What you were after. They asked me to kill the smuggler. I'm not about to kill the one man in this facility that might understand the weight of this choice. Maybe he can forgive me. Oh, I miss you, Hannah. Your daughter will be with you soon.
Yikes. I keep getting pranked by little bits of light thinking it's a thing. Yeah, well, so the rest of them did want to kill him, huh? Pretty mean. Anything around here? No. Okay. I assume cutscene when I go through here, so... Oh. Maybe when I go through there, cutscene. Well, hi.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing in here?
What are you doing in here?
This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
I'm just gonna see if there's anything I can yoink around here. What do I do? Oh, I can't melee.
Come any closer. I mean it.
What, do I have to shoot you? Or something? I'm coming closer! Oh, why? Oh, dang! Well, it's a bigger cutscene, so I'll guess I'll...
Shut the
Oh,
hell up.
well.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
I was thinking I might just disarm him, but I guess I'm in murder mode.
Oh, shit.
So run. And there's the main theme playing right then. I always love it when video games do that. Have like a recurring theme. And then use that leitmotif in crazy ways. That's always awesome to see.
Get you out of here, girl.
Jeez.
I got you. Tell me which way.
This way, I guess then. No, how about you don't go around to the other side? Always a cool musical thing to do. No. You better not. Elevator? Cutscene? Yep, cutscene.
Hey, stop!
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it. Look. You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither. They've stopped looking for a cure. I'm taking us home. I'm sorry.
Wait! Let me go. Please.
You just come after her.
Well, looks like we're walking.
Wait, am I? Oh, I'm playing as Ellie here.
All right.
Oh.
Actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
And yeah, I guess he figured that he needed to do that to protect them. But yeah, it is a very... What happens if I go this way? It is a pretty crazy situation there at the end of the day because, you know, again, it's like, there's no guarantee. They didn't exactly get her consent. Okay, this is what blocks you here. She would never really know. And, you know, wouldn't it be more smart to keep the only person they know is immune alive? Look how pretty it is. But with Joel, it's not exactly ethical either to go around slaughtering every single person. Well, not, I guess it wasn't every single person, but anyone that even seemed like they were going to stand in his way got murderized there. You know, neither of which is exactly all that great, you know. And I think it's really fascinating when stories do that, where it's not just like, here's simple good guys versus bad guys. There's a clear right and wrong here. You defeat the baddies at the end. You know, it's super black and white. You know, stuff like this that gets you thinking. That's like, huh. And also, you know, stuff like our main character really going off of the rails at the end. And it's like, oh! Oh! You know, stuff like that.
Bet I would.
It's interesting. And, you know, it felt very natural for Joel to do that. I feel like a lot of stories will have a character kind of go off the deep end or do something really drastic and it doesn't feel supernatural for their character. It felt pretty natural for him. Like, you know, definitely not out of the realm of possibility for him to do. And considering he had developed such an attachment to Ellie by the end there. And, you know, started to see her as a stand-in for his daughter, even though he had assured her earlier, like, you're definitely not my daughter. He did have that parental kind of part in him awaken, and all this talk that we've heard about him being on, like, both sides of, you know, both victims and those that were the aggressors in situations like the Hunters, and him having done, like, some awful things to survive along with his brother Tommy there. And the game really going to efforts to show that he's not exactly what you might call a good person, you know. It's debatable, I guess. I guess I press Y. That's what I do. Is it gonna go right into cutscene?
Alright, come on.
He's not just... Oh yeah, it is right into cutscene.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone. My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So, she says, let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
Oh, you don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for.
Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear
Belle,
to
but
me. Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay?
Achievement unlocked no matter what. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, his core aims are good, but his execution of his goals is ethically awful. You could argue that in such a world, you know, he himself made the argument that that's why he survived so long. And you can even see gameplay-wise in situations like, as you're playing the game, sometimes if you knock some enemy down, and they'll be like, oh, please, like, don't do it, please let me go. Sometimes when I would let them go, they would, you know, just sit down and chill out. Sometimes they would just take out their gun and, like, shoot you from there. So, you know, you could also make the argument in such a world, and, like, as an argument that the gameplay clearly made, that you kind of have to be like a Sith Lord, deal in absolutes, or else you bite the dust if there's hesitation. Like, you could argue that. I don't know. It's complicated, though. You know, I don't think I would ever be the kind of person that could, you know, go as far as, you know, Joel would there. I don't think if I saw, like, even if I was in such a world and someone was like, oh, please don't do it, I'd be very hard pressed to be able to, you know, actually do it there. But, you know, those that do are probably the ones that survive, and it's like, man, that's, my goodness. But yeah, GG there, managed to beat the game on grounded mode here. That was actually pretty interesting. Anyway, during the credits is usually when I give my full review. So, the short version is this game really good. This PC port of it, though, not good. Like, what's the name of the studio that ported this? Iron Galaxy, I believe, that people keep telling me are, like, infamous for their awful PC ports. It was not great, the optimization, but the game itself was pretty cool. But yeah, I guess generally, first of all, I guess we were already talking about the story. So, generally, I really like the story, and it translated to a TV show really well with the HBO series because of the episodic nature that the game already is in. And I think that that's really cool, where it's like, here's this section of the world that you're doing all these levels in, getting past all the Zambos and bad dudes and stuff like that, and then you manage to clear them all, and it's like, next section of the world, and you see another beautiful landscape, and then have to fight like crazy to get on through. I don't know, I just like the kind of format and stuff like that, and all the little subplots that get you thinking and stuff, which, again, translated very well over to an episodic format. It's not just the overarching plot that's fascinating, but each of the little sections and subplots, like Bill with Frank, or Henry and Sam, little subplots like that that also get you thinking, or, you know, ones that at the end also make you go, dang, you know? So it wasn't just at the end there that it's like, yikes, jeez. You know, even stuff like the end of subplots like Henry and Sam, it's like, whew, you know, even stuff like that. So it wasn't just the overarching story that made you feel like that, but even the individual things. So I thought that was great. And yeah, when it comes to the TV show, that had to be one of, if not the best episode in that series there. I really liked how the TV show, yeah, well, I call it TV show even though it wasn't really aired since it was like a stream thingamabob, but whatever, still a show, a series, whatever you want to call it. I really liked how that one took one of the ideas from the game and, you know, turned it into that whole crazy thing there where it's like, oh, Joel needs a car. How about we write like the most heartbreaking hour of television in the world? You know, they just went really ham there. But yeah, it doesn't hurt that Neil Druckmann, I can't words today, wrote the game and show. So I guess, I can't words today, chose to expand on some ideas like that within the show. I like that there are some things that set both the show and the game apart. Like little differences like that, like some additional things that they included in the show, like with episode 3 with Bill and Frank there, and some things that, you know, the show didn't have time to explore that you were able to see within the game here, especially like the crazy sections that you had to sneak through and stuff, which were a little bit of pain sometimes. But yeah, that's how I felt about the story, so yeah, I quite like that there. If I had to think about any complaints I might have with it, it might just be better understanding the motivation of Marlene right in the beginning, where she's like, hi, I'm injured. Can you take this kid off my hands? Like, I guess you can understand a little bit of the context of like, holy crap, something serious happened here. But, and I guess you can also read up a little bit of stuff with like the lore and stuff like that. But, you know, that's me trying to rack my mind for, do I have some complaints? I'm sure if I thought about it, I could probably find some other things. But for the most part, I really quite like the story. I thought it was pretty cool. The music, I really like the recurring leitmotif throughout it. It didn't feel like there was a lot of music throughout the game, which is good because I needed to pay very close attention to listening to tell where people were and pay attention to what they were saying of like, he's not over here, fan out, you know, stuff like that I used to guide where I was going around. So it was probably a pretty good thing for there not to be music in, you know, a lot of the gameplay. But during cutscenes though, the music was, you know, really emotional, and the use of that main leitmotif, it was really good. You know, this isn't gonna be one of those games that I think about as like masterpiece of soundtrack, like I would think about it for like some JRPGs that have breathtaking music throughout the whole game. But I feel like if you tried to have music throughout this whole game, it would be kind of like out of place and intrusive, so I don't mind the lack of music in it a lot of the time. During the emotional parts and serious cutscenes, it hit what it had to, you know, it did a good job there. Gameplay. I don't know what this game normally plays like. I've only played it in grounded mode here because I'm a crazy mad lad. So apparently you're normally supposed to be able to see dudes through walls with listen mode, and have, I guess, the UI in the bottom right that shows your health and ammo and stuff. So who knows what that's like. I bet it's pretty nice though. But in terms of playing this on the hardest difficulty, I generally enjoyed it. I thought that it was pretty cool. I really liked how generous it was with checkpoints, which meant that, you know, I guess I could have set at the beginning of the playthrough, like, oh, set me back to the beginning of that section or the beginning of the chapter or the beginning of the game. I'm really glad I didn't. I would not have been able to go through that had I done that. But with the relatively generous checkpoints, I was able to get through. So when it was recommending at the beginning, like, whoa, hold on there, hotshot, you should not be doing this for a first playthrough. I get it now, you know? I do absolutely get it now. It's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense to not do it for the first playthrough. But it does definitely feel feasible for a first playthrough. It didn't feel so brutally difficult that's near impossible. If I was stuck with, like, you know, longer resets, like the checkpoints weren't as generous, then it might be a little bit more unfeasible. But because each section between checkpoints was maybe like a minute or two long, oh, and there, yeah, it's Iron Galaxy there for the PC team. Because each section would only be like maybe 1 minute to maybe 5 minutes long at most before you get the next checkpoint, it wasn't a super big deal to just like reset, learn the patterns each time. Sometimes they would change up what they were doing. Like sometimes you'd have one guard go this way, one guard go this way, and sometimes they both go the same way. It's like, my plans! That also made it kind of interesting. Sometimes kind of frustrating. And there were definitely some areas that I was genuinely like, what do I do here? Genuinely what? Like when we were sneaking through with the hunter section shortly after, so after we had concluded the stuff with Bill and we got the truck and we started the hunter section, we were sneaking through with Ellie. That one bit with the armored truck where you have to like run across the street, I assume you have to run across the street and then go through the door. Sneaking, I would get shot. Running, I would get shot, and I was like one-shottable at that point. So I had to pop a medkit. So I do genuinely wonder, is there a way that you can get through that without taking damage? what would happen then if you had like no medkits at that point? I guess you could just go into the menu and like restart chapter or restart section or something like that, and then have more health and then try to go through while losing less health. So I guess you probably never have to worry about being in a situation where it's truly impossible. But if you're running low on ammo, low on health, you don't have medkits, situations like that, like with the armored truck, or towards the end of the hunter section just before meeting Henry and Sam, that bit where you had to go up the stairs and there's all those guys in the library, I was very confused how to get through there. I eventually just kind of ran it, you know? They see so far. Like, I guess it is semi-realistic in terms of how far they see, where if they're looking over in your direction and, you know, you're moving, you're not behind cover, they're gonna see you, and then everyone's on high alert. And I guess it is realistic from that perspective. I don't know, it was fascinating. But some sections like that, where it's like, if I didn't have the resources here, would this be possible? It also turns out that I guess I was conserving ammo way harder than I needed to, because I actually had a decent bit of ammo left at the very end. So, you know, I'm glad I was able to make it through while conserving as much ammo as I did, but I guess I could have used a bit more bullets along the way. I think there was a couple guns that I never even fired. I never fired that AK at the end. I never used a flamethrower once. That weird shotgun pistol I never used. I could have used it on that doctor at the end, I guess, just to see what it does. But yeah, I assume on lower difficulties that you would be getting more ammo along the way. Like maybe picking it up from enemies and stuff like that and actually using the gun is like a main thing. The gun felt like my last resort in grounded mode. Like only if I absolutely needed to. Otherwise, don't use it. You know, that's what it came down to. Either use stealth takedowns or bricks and melee. Just those things. You know, I would try doing that as best I could. And was able to get through. So, in terms of like a hardest difficulty standpoint, it felt like pretty good. Like it's possible. It's not like one of those difficulties in a video game that's like dark. Well, there were definitely some sections that felt darn near impossible. But because they're so short, it's not a super big deal. I never got like really, really mad at dying. You know, if I'm playing something like Fire Emblem Engage, like I was earlier today, and I'm doing a map that I've put 2 hours into and I lose, it's like, well, there goes 2 hours of my life I'm never getting back. I have to do the whole thing from the beginning again. Whereas something like this, it's like, I lost probably 1 minute or something like that. And now I've gotten new information that I can take into the next short attempt. So the fact that the checkpoints were so, like, close together, so generous, and such, meant that I could give a bunch of like short attempts, die over and over again, and glean information, get an idea of where the guards are going, generally where they're gonna be, where I have openings to do things, until I just memorize the patterns well enough to make it through. So in terms of a hardest difficulty standpoint, it's definitely not one of those games that's darn near impossible. Like, as long as you play it relatively careful and you have patience and are very observant and are willing to just like wait and observe and gather information, is definitely possible. You know, it definitely didn't feel like, you know, the kind of thing that you need to do a first playthrough of and then do that. From the perspective of someone that did Grounded as a first playthrough, I do think that from a pure enjoyment standpoint, like just playing it casually, it probably would have been more enjoyable on a lower difficulty. So if anyone, you know, watched this playthrough and is thinking about, you know, playing it themselves and is wondering, should I do Grounded first off? Can if you want. You know, it is definitely feasible on a first playthrough, but I feel like I probably would have had a greater fun factor if I had things like enemies dropping bullets and stuff like that, and I can actually use the gun in combat a lot more rather than like the slow and sneaky approach. I did have fun, you know, learning routes and doing the slow and sneaky approach, and then at the end being able to be like, hey, I did it, you know? The challenge has been conquered. But I feel like purely from a casual gameplay experience, that a lower difficulty like probably would have been the more generally enjoyable thing. But from the perspective of the challenge, I did actually quite like Grounded mode, and I feel like it's a game that really tested my powers of observation of the world around me, you know, since apparently you can just see through walls when sneaking on the lower difficulties with listen mode. This, it's like, man, I need to pay really close attention to where they are, memorize it, be looking around to see if anyone moves from their cover into a different spot. It was interesting. I had to balance a lot of factors, and it was fun. I liked that. That was pretty cool. So, you know, I imagine this game is a whole lot different with being able to see people through walls and adjust your plan accordingly. But I can't even imagine playing it like that just because I'm so used to this now. Just using the world around me and seeing where they are. Like, it was cool. It was satisfying. You know, I can't imagine playing it in first person. If this was a first person game and I couldn't see dudes through walls, no way. Because then I'd have to be peeking to tell if someone's there, and then, you know, they're probably looking over right as I do that, and then I get shot. So there would be no chance if this was a first person game. But because it's a third person game and you can use the advantages that comes with a third person camera to kind of look around the corners, that was nice. Oh, one complaint that I do have with the gameplay and sneaking around and stuff though. One thing that I do like is that when you're aiming, you can press X to switch like what shoulder you're looking over for if you want to look one way or the other. I wish you could do that during normal sneaking as well, because there were a lot of instances where I was right around some corner and I need to look around this way, but the majority of the camera is like this side, or maybe I'm at some corner and I need to look that way, but I only have like this much view and the majority of the camera's over that way. So I really wish that there was a button to switch not just while you're aiming with a gun, but also just while you're sneaking around. I feel like that would have gone a long way. Just instead of just fiddling on with the right stick, being like, please camera, please show me more over that way, you know? So I do wish that there was a button for that. Apart from that, gameplay-wise, I thought it was pretty neato there. Oh, I guess I wish I could hold some more crafting materials and stuff, because oftentimes I would find myself having a lot of this one material that I need for this recipe, but not a lot of this other thing. Like, I would have so many rags, but not a whole lot of alcohol, for example. But it's like, huh, there's another rag here. I should probably craft something so I can have space to yoink this and be efficient and stuff like that. So that could be slightly irksome at times, but I guess it might be really OP if you could just have like 10 medkits craftable in your back pocket at any time or something like that. I don't know. Just felt slightly irksome there. I never really understood what the big point of doing the tool upgrades or the melee weapon upgrades is, considering, you know, they would just break soon after. Oh, I guess that's one other big complaint I have about the gameplay. I really wish that if you had a melee weapon, that you could still punch with your fists, that on the little D-pad wheel of weapons, that you could select your melee weapon or your fists, because the melee weapon only has so much durability. It's gonna break after a few uses. So if there's only one guy left and you could easily just punch them out because it's only the one guy, there's no reason to kill him quicker, then you may as well. But if you have a melee weapon like an iron bar or a plank or even a hatchet, you're forced to use that. You're forced to either use a bullet, or you can, if you can stealth takedown, then you can do it that way. But if they see you and you have to actually melee there, then it's either a brick or you use durability of your melee weapon, even if you could have punched them just fine. So I really wish that there was a button within that D-pad menu just to switch to fists. And then if I have something like a hatchet, I can conserve it too, just like I'm conserving my ammo, you know? I would have really liked that. Because, yeah, it was really annoying to have to go through durability of my valuable melee weapons when I didn't need to. So that was a bit annoying. I guess in terms of gameplay complaints, there's also just like the finickiness sometimes of like some of the jumps, where it's like I need to climb up some ledge or something like that, and I gotta find the exact spot that the game is gonna let me do it, or I need to jump this tiny gap and I gotta find the exact spot the game lets me do it. Like even earlier in this stream when I was jumping that one little waterway, the first time Joel just fell into the water and died, and then the second time I went a little bit more to the left and that time it worked, and it's like, really? Couldn't it just worked like across the whole space? Seemed a little bit silly sometimes. Do I have any other gameplay complaints? I don't know. Might well be it there. There was a couple instances that it felt like an enemy would see me like through a wall or through cover. Not very often. It happened like once or twice. That'd be kind of annoying, but you know, it wasn't a regular occurrence, so just a strange way that worked there. So it wasn't anything major. Graphics-wise, I don't play a lot of super graphically intensive games because I'm primarily a Nintendo content creator. I play most of my games on my Switch, with PC being my secondary. So whenever I do play games that do go really hard on the graphics, I'm astounded. You know, the graphics of this were really amazing and breathtaking, and if I wasn't constantly under threat of being killed by a bunch of Zambos and guards, there would have been a lot more instances where I just stopped to, like, take in the world, you know? just look around and be like, wow, that lighting is amazing. And there were times that I would even just go around in like puddles and be like, whoa, look at the water ripples going out from my feet and stuff like that as I walked around and seeing the reflections and stuff like that. There were so many little puddles just around like sidewalk, pavement, and buildings, and the reflections on them. So good. Like, that was so cool. I would be so immersed until the game broke because this port isn't very great. But generally, the graphics were really, really cool. And like the expressiveness of the, like, on people's faces during cutscenes and stuff. It feels like you can really just tell what they're feeling from their facial expressions. Well, obviously, I'm not phrasing this very well. Just like the raw, minute details that are captured in there. It was really cool. I really quite liked it. You know, sometimes there's a lot of cases where this game went really far on some of the details. Like when we were fighting the Fireflies in that hospital and I shotgunned that one guard, and I noticed that there were like a couple bits of like guts or something like that that were splattered onto the wall and started falling down slowly. It's like, my goodness, some of the details sometimes, jeez. But yeah, a lot of the time looking at it, it's like, wow, this looks very real a lot of the time, you know? And that's the really cool thing about a lot of modern games, is just how insanely realistic they look a lot of the time. I remember in my use of history in video games class in university, at the beginning of one lecture, our professor put up several slides with two photos next to each other. And one photo would be real life, and one photo would be Red Dead Redemption 2, and we had to identify which one was real. I feel like you could do something like that with a game like this too. And it's like, which one is real? You know? In a lot of instances. It was really cool. And things like the lens flare and stuff like that with the sun. So cool. Really cool. But the biggest complaints that I have about this game is with the PC port of it specifically. Dear God, this was not a good port. It really feels like they rushed it out just to like capitalize on the fact that, you know, this show, like season 1 of the show recently wrapped up, and to capitalize on like the trendiness of that. It really felt like this port needed a lot more months before it would have been ready. Like, my goodness gracious. The insane amount of time that it took to compile shaders during like stream 1, when I thought that would have been something that it would have just done on the initial install, but maybe I just don't play enough, you know, modern video games on, you know, super intense hardware. You know, I play enough modern games on the Switch, but maybe I don't play enough of this kind of modern games to know that that's a thing that normally goes on. But it was the first time that I booted up a game and it was like, building shaders. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, hotshot. You shouldn't start playing the game until the shaders are done being built. And I was like, what the heck? What's up with that? You couldn't have just done that when I was initially installing it? And I guess not. I mean, I don't know how it works exactly. I guess maybe it's not the kind of thing that can be done on initial install. I don't know. But, you know, the fact that it took like 3 or 4 hours while playing, to be fair. So it probably would have taken less time if I wasn't playing. But it took a decent while. And then all the please waits on the first stream, where it's like mid cutscene, please wait in the center of the screen. And then you have to wait anywhere from like 1 minute to 10 minutes, especially right in the beginning. And it's still building shaders from whatever the most recent update was. I didn't run into a lot of please waits this stream, but it's apparently still building shaders because this port is weird as heck. Unlock new game plus and speed, or like a speedrun mode. Activate when starting a new game. New character skins, weapon skins, gameplay modifiers, filter mode, and other bonus content are available in the extras menu. Okay, cool, thanks. Oh, look, the knife. Was the knife there before? Did I just not notice it? Or is that a thingamabob that's there now because I beat the... I don't know. Anyway, there was a lot of please waits. The game crashed on me 4 times during the first stream. There was weird issues like, right after we completed the intro sequence with Joel and woke up, you know, the 20 years later or whatever the heck it was, and are following Tess, and she's guiding me to where we need to go, and she gets, like, sucked into that newspaper box, floats up and T-poses up there, stuff like that, where it's like, man, I'm looking around and seeing this such realistic world around me, and then I look over and I see her floating and T-posing, all angelic-like, and it's like, well, where the heck do I go now? Of course, I figured out where to go when I found the area that gave me please wait. So evidently I figured out where to go, and then she spawned over near me. So, you know, I was able to figure it out. But yeah, it would crash in a lot of weird ways. Sometimes just unprompted. One time it crashed because I tried to read, what was it, a map? Or some sort of lore thing that I picked up, where the moment I went to open it, it was just like, joke's on you, game crash. Since the patches that have been rolling out to this game, it has been crashing as much. So there's 4 crashes during stream 1, 5 crashes during stream 2 for a total of 9. I don't remember if it crashed at all during stream 3, and it didn't crash at all during this stream. It still, like, made all my monitors flicker like crazy a couple hours ago and make OBS bug the heck out, but it didn't actually shut down crash. So I guess they're slowly patching it. There are some very strange glitches in this. Like, I think the 2 most jarring ones graphically... No, there's probably 3 most jarring ones graphically. I was gonna say the Lego one and the Flashy University, but there was also that time, what section was that at? We were going into the hotel, and the glass at the top of the hotel around that lobby area, you could just see it at all times. It would be like bright white and stuff like that. And it was super distracting and weird looking. And I think there was other sections of the world that were bugging out there too. It was so strange. It hurt my eyes a little bit. There was shortly after we wrapped up the stuff with Bill and we were driving away in the truck, there was the bit where the characters started looking like Lego figures. Like, their face, it was weird. Their faces still had all the detail, it seemed like, but their hair, including their eyebrows and like Joel's facial hair and stuff like that, got like super low poly that it looked like little plastic Lego figure pieces that were put on there. It was so weird. And the strangest thing about it is that it would switch between like the high detail realistic looking stuff and the Lego figure, like just like that, right between shots. You would have this shot that looks like super realistic and high quality, and then immediately in the next shot, he's looking like a Lego figure. And same with Ellie, with like the plasticky looking hair that she had. I was like, what? Yeah, what? And the next shot, and they're back to realistic looking, and it's like, huh? And the next shot, and they're back to looking all plastic and stuff. It looks so weird. He looked pretty scary like that. It was so weird. It looked like he had all kinds of weird plastic pieces like glued to his face and like it was really uncomfortable. It was so strange. It was really funny though. But it was so strange. So very odd. But I do think my favorite glitch that I ran into was just like the rave part of the university, the part that was all glowy. That one corner of the university that I found, where it's like all the trees were all sparkly and the buildings here have got like all sorts of flashy lights, and you walk in there and like Joel's mustache has started glowing, and same with his eyebrows and stuff, and he's getting all glowy, and Ellie and the horse come in and they start glowing and stuff too. It's so weird that it was only that one corner of the university. Like you walk out of there, you keep going and the glowiness stops. But right within that one little section, it was just like a flashy fireworks rave thingamabob with the whole area. It was so weird. It was really funny though, but it was so weird. But you know, the fact that this came out for, I don't think it was full price. Like here in Canada, full price games are $80. This costs $70 if I recall. And you know, so it wasn't quite full price, but pretty close. But to release this at close to full price for a game that's been out since technically 2013, this remake having only been out for the past half a year since it came out on like September sometime on PS5. But still a game that's technically a decade old for nearly full price. In this state, this did not come out in a good state. So, you know, at least it's a way for PC players to finally be able to play the game. But it's not great. So, all in all, I feel like I really like this game, but this port of this game is not good. It's a lot better right now than it was at the beginning, when it was the constant please wait and crashes up the yin-yang. I still ran into please waits, I still ran into it bugging up my computer, but no crashes, and the please waits have been a lot shorter during both this stream and the last stream, you know? So, it's a lot better than it was day one, but it's still rough. It's still in a very rough state here, and it seems like it's probably gonna take them a while to fix it. At least they do continue rolling out patches here, at least they do seem to be making an effort to fix it, but it's rough. If there was anyone that, you know, was looking to potentially pick up Last of Us Part 1 on PC because they, just like me, they don't own a PlayStation, if I had to give my recommendation, I'd say it's a good game, you should play it, but either wait until it's fixed more or on like a Steam summer or winter sale, or both, or something like that. Because the current state is not great. Like, again, it's a lot better now. It is playable. I was able to get through to the end of the game, but especially during Stream 1 and 2, it was barely playable with how much it was freezing and crashing and stuff like that. At least it wasn't happening as much now. It is at least playable, and at this point, after all these patches, but it's still very rough and still very embarrassing to be in this state, quite frankly, in my opinion. You know? And it's really strange. Another PC game that we played through recently on the channel, Assassin's Creed Origins, that game was also really poorly optimized for PC. And that game would struggle with its frame rate. It would constantly have frame rate dips, and there would constantly be little hiccups in the gameplay where it would need to catch up. What's weird is with this game, that basically never happened. Like, the frame rate stayed pretty stable through, like, the whole thing. Everything flowed really smoothly. There was no hiccups in the cutscenes or anything like that. Well, no major ones. I think there were, like, a couple here and there, but usually not. Like, very seldomly. This game ran very smoothly. It's just that when it didn't, it was either crashing, bugging out my computer, or giving me a please wait until it was ready to run the rest of the cutscene smoothly. So, you know, which is the worst optimized for PC example there? The one that's constantly hiccuping and having frame rate dips, or the one that runs smooth most of the time, but bugs the heck out of your computer the last, like, 5% of the time, is debatable. Hopefully this game gets to be in a much more stable state as they continue to put out patches, but who knows how long it's gonna take. The fact that the game was in the state that it was day one, and they were like, yep, this is good, we'll be ready to ship this day, it is a little bit of an embarrassment, quite frankly. And it's, like, there's no doubt in my mind, they pushed it out before it was ready for PC. Just to, like, capitalize on the fact that season 1 of the show recently wrapped up, and, you know, Last of Us is a big trending thing right now. I mean, Last of Us is always a big trending thing within the gaming industry. It's one of those ones that you always hear about in terms of, you know, amazing games that people have to play. But it was especially trending after season 1 of the show. So they clearly wanted to capitalize on that, and they put it out before it was ready. Man. So yeah, if anyone had asked me if this game was worth it for PC players, I would probably say wait until it's fixed more, or wait until it's on sale. But generally, the game itself, yeah, it's really good. It is a pretty good game there. I would not recommend Grounded for a first playthrough. I'd probably recommend, like, the difficulty that I would probably have the most fun with would probably be something like the level right under, Survivalist, something like that. Something with a little bit more leniency. And I think Survivalist said that Listen Mode was off by default, but you could put it back on. I would probably play without Listen Mode. I actually thought it was really fun just to take in as much information in the world around me without, you know, just seeing them through walls and stuff like that. So, anyone that's in my shoes of, like, likes to challenge themselves with games, do high difficulties, and, you know, want to try out this game that they had long heard amazing things about like I had, I would probably say wait until it's patched more, wait until it's on sale, and probably play in something like Survivalist is what I would recommend there. Because, yeah. Or I guess Grounded if you want to be a lunatic like me. So yeah. Overall, I really like this game. But this port, it's not great. Hopefully, it'll eventually be fixed, but it's gonna take some time before it is. Now, but yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed the review there. I think that's everything. Oh, one more thing I should mention. Something else that's really cool about this game is the accessibility. Like, one of my favorite YouTube channels to tune into nowadays is Masahiro Sakurai's. For anyone who doesn't know Sakurai, he's the guy that directs the Smash Bros. Games nowadays, and is the guy that invented Kirby when he was like 17 years old. You know, a legend within the gaming industry. He nowadays is a YouTuber who does videos on gaming industry topics and stuff like that. Like, here's team management, here's how you handle this aspect of the game, you know, stuff like that. And one of the videos that he made was accessibility in games, and the game that he used as an example was Last of Us Part 1, and he just had like a 5-minute video of just going through like a bazillion settings here, just showing like all these things that you can toggle for accessibility. It feels like this game is a really good example of how to, there's New Game Plus. Like, if I just encounters, if I just select this, it really feels like this game lets you tinker around with it as much as you want to tailor it to your own experience. Oh, there's even custom here. Customize the difficulty settings to create your own challenge. Resilient, vulnerable. Here, if I turn off the camera, because I don't know what's blocking. Oh! So you can adjust it to the difficulty setting of that respected thing. So I was super vulnerable there. So grounded is, yeah, max there anyway. Oh, and then that max it. Grounded playthroughs can only be started by selecting grounded from the new game menu. Okay. But that's really cool though. The fact that you can adjust your difficulty to basically whatever you want. So if you're not someone that plays a lot of video games, you know, toggle it to the easy settings. And then you can also go into the options to do a bunch of things that make it easier for accessibility. Or even things that are just really convenient, like the auto pickup. There it is. Stuff like that. That's really handy, you know. But even things like the magnification and visual aids changes the size of the in-game HUD elements. There's so much that you can tinker with here. So many options for colorblind options there. I don't know why I used options twice in that same sentence. There's a lot of stuff here that you can mess around with. It's really cool. So for anyone that would like to get into like a video game to play, but is unable to do it for some reason or another, this feels like a really good example of a game that lets you do it. Like even stuff like this, where it's like, if you are having trouble with a puzzle and just don't want to do it, you can even just skip it. Things like infinite breath, all sorts of things. Like there's so many things that you can tinker around with. I gotta give this game like brownie points for this stuff. Is amazing. It's really cool. Enable combat accessibility. Hostages don't escape. Allies don't get grabbed. So if you're having trouble with like any specific thing and you're not having fun because of it, just do it. Enemies don't flank. Enemies will not intentionally try to get behind your position. Ah, reduce enemy perception. I gotcha. So they have more trouble seeing. Reduce enemy accuracy. Could have been handy. They missed a decent bit of their shots and grounded, but it felt like they were crazy sharpshooters when it really counted. But yeah, the accessibility is really cool. I do like that a lot. You know, that's pretty neat. Like, what's haptics even? Oh, it's just like stuff with, I gotcha. I gotcha there. So, like, it really feels like you could just spend a couple hours just going through all the settings in this, tinkering it to make your perfect ideal experience. There's a lot of control that this game gives you. It's really cool. I like that. I gotta give it points for that too. Now that I've beaten the game, I've probably unlocked a bunch of stuff here, right? I guess we'll give it a look-see. Actually, first, one thing that I will mention is while we're done with Last of Us Part 1 now, I'll probably do Part 2 if it ever comes to PC. Again, I don't own a PlayStation 5, so if it ever comes to PC. Or if, considering the PC port of this wasn't all that great, if I have a friend with a PS5 and the game, I can always, if I have time in my game schedule, ask like, hey, can I borrow that? Something like that. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just wait until it comes to PC or something. But anyway, that's one thing to mention. And two is this DLC thingamabob here of the original gameplay additional chapter set during the events of The Last of Us. I'll do this at some point. So we're not quite done with this game yet. We still have Left Behind, which apparently isn't super long from what I've looked up in terms of its length. So I don't have to worry about doing multiple streams. Can probably just do that as like a one-off at some point. So we do still have some more Last of Us Part 1 stuff to do here. Not a whole lot, but whatever's in Left Behind. I do want to see what's in the extras and stuff, though. About 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, a pretty short thing. So I can probably do it as, like, a short stream that then becomes, like, something else. Like, beat it and then switch to streaming another game. Oh, so you can compare it to, like... Okay.